What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, your man's Toxic Gamer 331, back at it with another video. And today is going to be a very, very long video. Now, I'm probably gonna split this video into certain parts. And if you didn't guess it already, today I'm going to do my complete entire movies and TV show collection. Before I get into the list, the movies and TV shows, just as a point of reference, these are not organized whatsoever. Well, just by companies. Well, this bottom is not really, but the other ones are. But, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, ring the bell for all notifications, and also feel free to comment. And also, all these movies that I show you in these parts are not all I have in my house, because there's my movies, my sister's movies, who's older than me if you're wondering, the family movies, and then there's my dad's movies, which I watched some, not really most of them. But anyways, let's just get started. For the first movie, it is the Angry Birds movie. I ironically only saw this once, and I remember it being pretty good. It's just I haven't seen it in a long time. Well, it's good for a video game adaptation. I remember Bill Hader and Josh Gad being really funny in this. And, yeah. Anyways. Next we have Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas and Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas. Now, I used to be on this train, but I'm more on this train now, as I've said before in a video. But these are classics you gotta watch at Christmas time. I watch it with my family every single time. And also, it's really good for your kids. So, wait, actually I gotta put these back. I keep on forgetting I have to put these back every single time. Alright. Next up we have How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey can act his butt off for any type of movie. This was one of them. He gives, what's the word? Try and find the word. What's the word? A Grinch of his own that no one else can replicate. There, I'll just say that. I don't know what the word is, but yeah, this movie's really old. Look at it. See? It's really, yeah. But it's really funny. I like all the Christmas traps in it. And if I were to say, this is probably my second favorite Grinch adaptation. Then next up we have, these are my mom's movies that she just let me have in my room, so Dolly Parton's Coat of Many Colors and Dolly Parton's Christmas of Many Colors. These kind of explore the life of Dolly Parton, the singer, and they're kind of really good for Christmas time and all that, and also, yeah, they're good Christian movies for your family. And yeah, and explores her childhood. Next up we have Rise of the Guardians. Imagine if all of the holiday people that you look up to, all the holiday protagonists basically were on a team. This is what it is. So you got Santa Claus, Jack Frost, Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy and Sandman. It's a good movie. They kind of like create a superhero team of some sorts, and they go up against the evil that is the boogeyman that gives everybody nightmares. So they basically are there to take him down. Just saying, the first majority is all Christmas movies. That's all I'm saying. Next up, we have Frosty the Snowman and Frosty Returns. This, another Christmas movie you have to watch for Christmas season. It's another really old DVD. It's like almost, see, that part's broken right there, if you can tell, but yeah, it's quite old. It's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. Has not really aged well. And then following up with another Christmas movie, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, which I do not remember much of this movie, if I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know why, but I really mix this and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer together for some reason. But I remember, the Kris Kringle, it's the story of his backstory, and he makes friends along the way, which leads him to be Santa Claus and creates this magical holiday that we know as Christmas in 2 days. 2 nights, actually, not 2 days. Oh, crap, I forgot. Gosh. Okay, I messed up. Hold up, guys. I keep on forgetting to do that. I don't know why. Speaking of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, here it is. Another old DVD. Now, this one I remember more specifically for the Yeti, and it's, really good. The mountain climber dude's pretty cool, and, it just follows the song Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, so, yeah. Alright. Next up, we have Mickey's Magical Christmas, where in this DVD right here, all of the Disney characters, animated characters, not Pixar characters, end up going to this not really concert, but like this place where they like spend Christmas and stuff. And what ends up happening is there's a big snowstorm that happens and they can't exit out. So Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Goofy, and Donald and Daisy like have to entertain their guests, which are like all characters from the Disney animation films. And it has the best interpretation of wait, no, never mind. I was about to say best interpretation of the Christmas Carol, but no, because it has the Disney version. Next up, we have Toy Story That Time Forgot. This is a good short, like like what Toy Story did with Toy Story That Time Forgot. No, That Time Forgot. Gosh. What they did with Toy Story Terror, they do with this, but instead it's on Christmas, and Trixie, Woody, Buzz, and Rex all end up going to Bonnie's friend's house, which has like a dinosaur-themed land with all these dinosaur action figures, and they end up getting trapped there by them, so, yeah. Now, just as a point of reference, I used to watch these when I was little, okay? I don't watch them anymore. VeggieTales. St. Nicholas, A Story of Joyful Giving. So basically what I said about Santa Claus is coming to town, but more for 5-year-olds. So, there you go. Not really Christmas, but involves snow. So, why not put it next to it? Happy Feet. Happy Feet, don't really remember much of this one, if I'm gonna be honest with you, but all I know is that that kid right there, I think, ends up getting lost and has to find his way back home with a lot of friends. So yeah. Next up, gosh, I keep on using the same term. Sorry, guys. Is Merry Madagascar, Christmas special for Madagascar. It's pretty decent. That's all I remember. The funniest part is whatever his name is, that dude right there ends up getting Santa Claus, as you guys can see, which is pretty funny. But yeah. Another movie that my mom lended me, Christmas with capital C. Don't remember much of it. Now this one is funny because I'll probably say watch this in between November or on Halloween night. It is Mickey's Merry and Scary, so to get you both prepped for Christmas and Halloween. You know me, I love the Mickey Mouse shorts. They're so hilarious, and these are two specials that I just adore. If I were to choose one that I would like more, I would actually go with the Scary one more because it has more of the laughs, I think. So, yeah. Next up is another Christmas movie, another movie that's not really Christmas, but it's snow related. So, Cool Runnings. This one has, this might have been John Candy's last movie before he died, where basically 4 Nigerian people from Nigeria end up getting really good at, like, what's it called? Where they do good at bobsledding, and they want to actually be in the Olympic bobsledding tournament, basically. And they do, and John Candy ends up being their coach, and it's a really hilarious movie, and yeah. Same goes for Snowball Express, another Disney classic that involves snow, where this family moves into a house because there's nowhere else to go, and they end up making it into a sledding place where you can sled and all that, and it ends up becoming a fun experience for the family, both literally and physical. 8 Below, don't remember much of it. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Remember when I was talking about Halloween and Christmas together earlier? This is another one you can watch in the middle because you guys know I'm a sucker for this movie because I was actually in a play in 2016, and it was yeah, I was a big Nightmare Before Christmas fan, so I ended up joining the play. I wanted to be Oogie Boogie, but I forgot to say it, and I just read the lines because it was fun. And I still remember some songs to this day, and it's one of Tim Burton's best films. Very Merry Christmas. Christmas sing-along with Mickey and Minnie. I don't have to say nothing more. Now, going completely off from the Christmas stuff. Well, there might be ones popping up now and then, but Yogi Bear. I don't know what to say about this. It's okay, not the best cartoon, live action, animated TV show collab ever, if that makes sense. But I still got some fun out of it. Before I pull out these movies, I'd like to just say, RIP Winter the Dolphin. Even though she died, like, last month. But Dolphin Tale movies, exploring the story about the dolphin that could, to say the least, and she was really something else. Yeah, if you miss Winter, these movies will. If you haven't seen these, they're so good. So. Yeah. Okay, this one. I'm just gonna say this is gonna be kind of tough because all these movies are kind of jammed in here. Not really, but next up, Peter Pan Live with Christopher Walken as Captain Hook. I watched this live on TV and I was like, "Hey Mom, can I get that on DVD because that was a really good play," and it was. So, yeah, very good. And we have a girl playing Peter Pan. Not to be feminist or anything. I don't know what that is. That the right word? I don't know. But anyways, the next one is Winter the Dolphin That Can, which is kind of behind the scenes of the first Dolphin Tale movie with Cozy Zolsdorf. I don't know. It's just Hazel from the Dolphin Tale movies. So I'll just say that. Next up, we have the old gray, black, and white Superman TV show, which it has the first season, and then it has Adam Man versus Superman the second season. They're still pretty fun, even though they're kind of, what's the word? Kind of out of touch with the new generation of superhero movies, but yeah. This show needs to get more credit. So before we have the Grant Gustin Flash, we had this Flash with his dad as the Flash, which this one needs to get more appreciated because this is a dang good show. Because you got Mark Hamill playing the trickster, like in Grant Gustin TV show, and then he played him in this too. And then my favorite episode was when the Flash ended up meeting his how do I say this? Not really his twin, but a clone based off of him, and he ends up having to face him, and yeah, it's really good. Then, not season 1, not season 2, season 3 of the Incredible Hulk TV show. So you got Bruce starting to go crazy, him getting hot, ripping Hulk his shirt off, and then regular Hulk. This show is still good to this day, even though it's very old. Bill Bixby, I think, is really good. Wait, what's his name? Bill Bixby. Is really good as Bruce Banner. I think he, in my opinion, is my favorite Bruce Banner if I had to choose one actor. And also, even Lou Ferrigno is a beast as the Hulk, no pun intended. But yeah, it's a really good series. So even though I did not watch the second or first season. Next up, a TV show turned into a movie. Even Stevens movie, one of the best TV show adaptations of the best TV show. Usually when a TV show has a movie coming out about that TV show, it's not really that good. This is good. I always remember the what's his name? Ren? I think that's I forgot. Shia LaBeouf's character ends up breaking the temple, which is pretty funny, and they are actually on an island TV show where they're trying to survive and all that, and they don't know it. Secondhand Lions, about this kid that ended up going to his great-grandfather's house and living there, and he later finds out it's a zoo, and he has to stay there because his parents are kind of jerks, and want him to basically take the money from them because they're super rich, and he becomes attracted to them, and at the end, spoiler alert, he ends up staying with them for the rest of his life. So good. Little Rascals Save the Day sequel. I had fun with it, but not really the best movie, but it still has some charm to it. George of the Jungle 1 and 2. Brendan Fraser. Oh my gosh, that just scared me. My paper fell off and jump scared me. Wow. I think I'm about to take a drink of water after that one. So George of the Jungle 1, always a classic. Tarzan, but kind of a love letter to the movies, even though it's not, where Brendan Fraser plays George of the Jungle. Sequels, meh. Not as bad as people say it is, but kind of still has some flaws to it. And, yeah. A Goofy movie. An extremely goofy movie. I've said it about a Goofy movie. One of my favorite Disney movies of all time. You got, Powerline in here, aka Michael Jackson, but in Disney form, and it has a great soundtrack. Second one, not as bad as people say it is, but still has some flaws. Next up, we have The Emperor's New Groove, just like a Goofy movie, one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. I believe it got, it's hilarious. It has, it's about this emperor that's kind of selfish, and he ends up one day turning into a llama, and he needs help getting out of it, and he ends up fighting Pacha, who the emperor sent him out, because he never sent him out of the room, basically, and they have funny getting together. Another reason, when I was younger, another two shows that I watched, you got Mickey's Monster Hot Musical, and then you got Minnie's The Wizard of Oz. I do not watch these anymore, but I remember enjoying them as a little kid. Next up, we have the How to Train Your Dragons movie. If you're wondering, I do have 3, but it's separated from them. I don't know why. And I also have the kind of series DVDs, basically. But if I had to pick one, which one of these 2 was better? I think I'd have to go to 2, but How to Train Your Dragon is still dang good. And by the way, for the MVPs on my channel, I'm just saying, maybe for your boy, maybe try to count how many movies I have in total DVDs, and Cat in the Hat reboot, but live action. It is hilarious. Mike Myers is super funny as Cat in the Hat. This movie is totally damaged. My dog ended up chewing it up a long time ago, so that's why it's damaged. And also has Curtis from Santa Claus in here. So Nobody ever talks about this movie, Bedtime Stories. This is where Adam Sandler ended up joining Disney and making a story about bedtime stories, yeah, and it is hilarious. Me and my family quote the movie around my house all the time, like, for free, and all that, and, yeah, if you have not seen this, please help yourself and give it a watch. Next up, we have Lion King 1.5. A plot that would not seem like it would work, but they made it work, where basically it takes you, it's kind of a prequel, but not really. It kind of follows, it's kind of during the actual Lion King movie and before it, where it goes through Timon's life story, along with bringing Pumbaa in it, so. Most of these are DVDs, by the way. I only have a few Blu-rays, like 1 or 2. Then we have the Apple Dumpling Gang collection. Love this movie. Another favorite Disney movie of mine. Second one's not as good, but still some fun there. Followed by another 2-pack, Homeward Bound and Homeward Bound 2. Lost in San Francisco, adventure about dogs that get lost from their family and they end up having to go back to them, and Michael J. Fox is the voice of Chance, I think that's his name, and yeah, it's pretty good. We have Alexander and the Horrible, No Good. Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day, about a birthday where he wishes he has that day, basically, and ends up going to Carnage, and yeah. Has the guy from Goosebumps and Don't Breathe in there. We have Sky High, a classic Disney Channel movie that is about superheroes' sons and daughters, where they have a school called Sky High and end up using their powers and testing them. Another movie when I watched when I was younger, Roly Poly Oly and the Great Defender. Fun. This is a movie that's for Thanksgiving. Freebirds, about turkeys time traveling to the past so they can save them being on the Thanksgiving dinner list. Beverly Hills Chihuahua. Only have the first one, but I think I remember I didn't pay attention during this that much, but I do remember the ending where they end up, going in the forest and like having to do some Indiana Jones crap, but with dogs instead. Tom and Huck. Right before he became cast as Simba, he decided to play Tom Sawyer, and he and Huck are trying to survive, trying to get treasure and survive. Injun Joe, I think that's his name. Yeah. So, pretty good. The old-fashioned Disney version of Robin Hood, classic. What can I say? One of the greatest Disney movies of all time. Bridge to Terabithia, one of the saddest Disney movies of all time, where it's based off the book, and where there's this mysterious woods that you can imagine anything happening and stuff, and it comes true, and it is good. Another one of the saddest Disney movies of all time, Bambi. Mother dies, everybody knows that. Most of these are Disney, by the way, on this one shelf. Swiss Family Robinson, the reboot. I think it is definitely better than the gray, black, and white movie. And yeah, really good. Moving on to 3 of the Disney Halloween editions. You got The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, basically Sleepy Hollow and Mr. Toad's story. Another Tim Burton Disney movie, Frankenweenie, the animated version, not the live action. Not as bad, not as good as Nightmare Before Christmas or any of his other ones, but it's still pretty good. Based off the ride at Disney World, Tower of Terror, the movie, not bad, not good either. Strange Magic follows the tales of fairy tales and of fairies where they fall in love and all that crap. I don't remember it much. I was very young when I watched that. Don't remember this movie at all. RV with Robin Williams, rest in peace. Even though he died a long, long time ago. 101 Dalmatians, classic. There's a funny story. One day I was trying to get my dog Dodger to watch this with me and see how he would react, and he didn't really react much, but it might work with Stella, who knows. That's my other dog, by the way. Sword in the Stone. Oh dang, this box is messed up. Look at that. See? I don't know if you guys could see that, but it's quite messed up. Not the best Disney movie of all time, but where it tries to replicate the direction of King Arthur. Angels in the Outfield, baseball kind of sports movie, if you're into that sort of thing, with Christopher Lloyd, and about this kid who can see dead baseball players playing on the field. One of the best Disney Halloween movies of all time, Hocus Pocus. Coming out with a sequel, hopefully that's really good. Who's Helpful movie? Yeah, not as good as that Tigger movie, but it still was pretty good. Treasure Planet, a good Disney movie that nobody talks about anymore. This should definitely get more respect. I think it's kind of about, not really about pirates, but kind of space pirates, really. And adventure, and if you're into that sort of thing, it's on Disney Plus if you're one. I gotta move Oogie Boogie and the cow from Chick-fil-A out of the way. No offense to them, but Dumbo. This is, I think, a Blu-ray too. Oh yeah, so Bambi and this are DVD plus Blu-ray, where it's kind of big. And I consider it a DVD, so yeah, sad Disney movie. Again, not really one that would cheer you up. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, average. Dr. Seuss Green Eggs and Ham. When I was younger, I used to watch this all the time because I was a big Dr. Seuss goof back then. Iron Will, do not remember much about it. I'm going to be saying that about a lot of movies, I think, here today. Donald episodes on Disney here. Donald, as you guys know, is my favorite Disney original cast member. So, yeah. Goofy ones I like that episodes a little bit more than the Donald ones, but it's still good. but I still love Donald more. Disney classic holiday Disney movies. Yeah, it has Small One, of course. That's a very cute Disney movie. Next up, the next few Disney movies are quite. The next few movies are ones I watched all the time when I was younger. Sing Along, Animal Kingdom Edition at Disney. Then doing VeggieTales, Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Silly Little Thing You Call Love. Noah's Ark. Wait, I was showing it totally opposite to the camera. Oh gosh, they stick together. That's how long they've been in here, guys, since I've been watching them. Lyle and the Kindly Viking. Instead of It's a Wonderful Life, It's a Meaningful Life. Bro, they keep on sticking together. I hate it when they hit them. Gideon, the Tuba Warrior. Really, yeah. Let Us Love One Another. That's kind of... The Ballad of Little Joe, aka Moses, but with a Lone Ranger spin to it. And we are done with most of the VeggieTales movies. For a video game adaptation, this needs to get more respect. The Street Fighter Assassin's Fist movie. This was really good. It has a part 2, but the part 2 didn't come with this, but I remember it being really good as what's his name? Goken? No. As this guy in it. I forgot what his name was, but like he ends up coming back and killing their sensei, and Ken and Ryu have to end up fighting them. It is good. Another movie that we quote to this day, Encino Man, where Brendan Fraser is a real-life caveman who ends up enjoying today's pop culture and getting taught about it with the guy from the Goonies, whatever his name is, and Casey Jones. I think he played in a few Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. I'm a fan about Bigfoot and documentaries and all that, and The Legend of Boggy Creek. And there's a fun fact about this movie. My great-grandfather, I think, was in this movie. My, something. He hunted Bigfoot, which was very interesting to me, so, yeah. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. A movie that doesn't get talked about that much more now, but it is hilarious. The daughter ends up having to work with them, get a job. Then we have the Vincent Price movie collection. So there's 2 films in here. You got Dr. Philby's and Scream Again. And then we have 4-pack right here. The Pit and the Pendulum, Tales of Terror, Madhouse, and The Mask of the Red Death. I think my favorite is Madhouse. That one is the best in my opinion. Great Train Robbery. Sean Connery does good in this movie, but kind of an average heist movie. Not really as good as other ones. Then I gotta move back over here. We have RoboCop, the reboot, 2014. Not as bad as people make it out to be, but still has its flaws. The Great Escape during World War II. That's what it talks about here. With, what's his name? Steve McQueen. It's alright. It's alright. wasn't too happy on the ending though. Well, I think it was based on a true story anyway, so I can't really say that. City Slickers, not as funny as everybody said it was. I'm ending things here soon, guys, by the way. Just as a heads up. West Side Story, a classic musical that is very good. And about dealing stuff with racism and getting people all together and as one. And it's good. We got Igor, the animated movie. Yeah, not really a fan on that. Then we have 3 Mel Brooks movies. Spaceballs, Young Frankenstein, and Robin Hood, Men of Thieves. Robin Hood, Men of Thieves was a pretty good surprise, but not my favorite. Obviously, I'm a Frankenstein goof, so Young Frankenstein is my favorite. Hoosiers, about a basketball team in college where the team captain is the team's kind of struggling, and he's Gene Hackman is trying to fix everybody up. Space Chimps movies, don't care about them. They were trash, but they had some laughs, even though they're kids. Kid movies. Garfield the movie, pretty good. Not really one that I watch that often anymore. Gulliver's Travels, a Jack Black movie that nobody talks about. That's pretty hilarious, about him finding a town about with small people and all that, making it kind of, he ends up becoming a king there and trying to get the perfect life. The Fantastic Mr. Fox, a great book adaptation with kind of weird CGI that they would go with, but has George Clooney as the voice of Mr. Fox and Meryl Streep as his wife. It is decent, very decent. I'm gonna keep on saying decent in our time. Mr. Megorium's Wonderful Emporium. Interesting concept about him owning a store and gonna die soon, and he's trying to give it up to somebody, Natalie Portman, and it ends up not happening. So, yeah. Saddest movie ending of all time, Marley and Me. Even that with the sad ending, not one that you would revisit that much, but it is a very good movie. Messes with you on the emotional spectrum. Gifted. It's a pretty decent movie about this girl that is like really smart and knows math stuff even past her grade, and her uncle's Chris Evans. Life of Pi, about a kid that ends up getting stuck on a boat with a tiger, and he becomes close with the tiger, and it's kind of cast away, but not really. Power Rangers movie is not as good as Bean's Power Ranger movie, but, you know. Sometimes you just gotta deal with that. Edward Scissorhands, classic favorite Tim Burton movie of all time. About kind of if Frankenstein's monster were more nicer. Yeah, and had Scissorhands, and he, it just wants to be loved. Johnny Depp does a standout performance. Return to Snow White River. Remember nothing about this movie. The Book Thief. Very sad ending yet again, but still a good movie that's based off a book. And, yeah. But about this girl that's in World War II having to deal with Nazis, and she ends up loving books, but the Nazis say no books. And the people that adopt her are hiding as a Jew in their base. It's really good. Rio movies. I love the first one. Second one I don't like. Mrs. Doubtfire, one of the best comedies of all time, with Robin Williams pretending to be a grandmother so he can watch his kids and all that to make sure they are okay because his wife divorced him. Pagemaster, with the kid from Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin. Excuse me. Where he is a kid that loves books and ends up getting sucked into one. It is an underrated movie. It is great. Everyone's Hero. Don't need to say anything about that. It's just, yeah. Then we have Sandlot 1 and Sandlot 2. Sandlot 2 is not as bad as everybody else says it is, but this is definitely better than the sequel. But, yeah. One of the best sports movies of all time. Castaway, what I was talking about earlier, where Tom Hanks' plane crashes and he ends up having to survive on an island. By the way, if you want, you can split this up into parts. Don't worry about me. Big and underrated, one of the best comedies of all time, where basically Shazam without any powers, and he can't say Shazam and he'll turn back into a regular kid, and ends up having to live an adult life with Tom Hanks in it. The original Dr. Dolittle, still pretty good, even though it's quite old, but yeah. Baby's Day Out, funniest, very good comedy for your family, where this baby ends up getting stolen from his family, and the three people that steal him are chasing him, and he keeps on getting saved every single time, and goes around the whole entire neighborhood, the whole entirety of New York, and they keep on chasing him and all that. There's some funny bumps in that. Rookie of the Year, and oh guys, sorry, I ended up sneezing. Rookie of the Year, very good movie that is baseball related, if you're a baseball fan. Played with him on Fortnite last Thursday. Napoleon Dynamite. Sorry, Michael. This movie's okay. Not my favorite movie, but it still has some charm to it. Yeah, I might have to cut here for a second. Batman the movie, 1966 exact. Has not aged well, but still have fun with it. Marley and Me, But the Dog Doesn't Die, Adventures of Winn-Dixie. Then we have a 2-pack right here, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, and, what's this? Fantastic Voyage. Two very random movies that are stick together. I don't know why they did this. I think this next movie's pretty rare, I think. Like, there's there's only a few more left. Robinson Crusoe, Castaway, but he doesn't crash in a plane. It's a good movie, still holds up to this day. Cirque du Soleil, La Nuba, aka that. It's a play at Disney World that got on DVD. Bro, why is that there? Get out of my face. We got The Giver. Not big on the ending whatsoever. Very sad. But it is great book adaptation. 47 Meters Down. About these two best friends end up getting their cage dropped at the bottom 47 meters down, and there's a whole bunch of hungry sharks around them, and they have to survive and wait for help. And it's quite intense. Have not seen the sequel yet though, but yeah. Jackie Cooper complete set of movies here. You got The Streets of New York, Peck's Bad Boy, and School's Out. I think I remember one of them. I forgot which one it was though. I think it was Peck's Bad Boy, that one was really good. I think it had Mickey Rooney, I believe. Space Jam, not as good as the sequel, but pretty decent. Speed Racer, a video game movie that everybody hates. I did not hate it as much as everybody else, but it's okay. Another one of Tim Burton's best, Beetlejuice. He would be right here right now if he was real, but Michael Keaton, one of his best performances as well. Free Willy 4 movie collection. The fourth one's not that bad. Third one, it's alright. Second one's pretty good, and then the first one's always a classic. Jack Frost, another Christmas movie. Not the horror movie Jack Frost, but the Jack Frost Christmas movie about this dad that ends up dying, and he wants to talk to his son one more Christmas, and he ends up spending it with him as a snowman. The Frisco Kid, a Western that nobody talks about with Gene Wilder and Harrison Ford. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish this row. So, and then we'll do these 2 rows tomorrow, and those other 2 rows on the third episode. Not tomorrow, but yeah. We have The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn right here, the original with Mickey Rooney. Very good, even though it's quite old now. North by Northwest, one of Alfred Hitchcock's best movies of all time. Ben-Hur, the movie was so large that they had to divide it into 2 parts and 1 DVD. It's a good tale that you can watch during Easter. Then we have, hang on, I gotta pull all these suckers out. We got Harry Potter 1 and 2, Harry Potter 3, Harry Potter 4, Harry Potter 5 and 6, Harry Potter 7 Part 1 and Part 2. I love these movies. I even like Goblet of Fire, which everybody seems to hate, but yeah, if I had to choose one for my favorite, it would obviously be Deathly Hallows Part 2. A good way to end the franchise off. Sully. Here's the story about this one. So I ended up was doing a play force, I was doing a history paper on a person that saved a whole bunch of lives. for school, and I decided to pick James P. Sully because he sounded interesting, and I watched the movie, and it was very good, about kind of a courtroom drama, if you were to say so. And yeah, pretty good. In the Heart of the Sea, a movie with Tom Holland and Chris Hemsworth before they joined the MCU, both together, where they're basically poaching whales so they don't overpopulate the population. They do some gross stuff in this movie that's pretty not good for the stomach, but to survive, but it's still a good movie. And during the 1820, The Iron Giant, one of the best animated movies of all time, where Iron Giant is an alien, an alien robot, where he ends up bonding with the kid. 2001 A Space Odyssey. I do not know why everybody loves this movie, and I do not know why it got so many Oscars. This movie is stupid. No offense to it. I mean, there is some good parts to it, but it just has no direction in storytelling whatsoever. The original King Kong, not as good as the remakes, but still has the best scene ever, where he's on the top of the Eiffel Tower and bring your best, like that, you know. Terminator Salvation, Cats and Dogs and Cats and Dogs Revenge, Kitty Galore. These movies are okay. Gosh, stop getting stuck. Then we got the Journey movies, Journey to the Center of the Earth, and Journey to the Mysterious Island. They were originally going to make a third one, and the second one was so bad that they decided not to. The first one is still good. Live, Die, Repeat, some people call it, and I call it Edge of Tomorrow. One of Tom Cruise's best movies of all time. If you like time travel, you'll like this, where it's basically Groundhog Day, but during an alien invasion. Really good. San Andreas, where Rock is basically trying to save his daughter from the big earthquake and stop all of this. Save everybody. For Cartoon Network collection, we have Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Laboratory, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Out of my favorites, I would say Dexter's Laboratory, but second would be Courage the Cowardly Dog, then Johnny Bravo, then Ed, Ed, and Eddie. And Courage the Cowardly Dog's kind of a knockoff of Scooby-Doo, but a love letter to it at the same exact time. The Goonies, one of Steven Spielberg's best movies, and one of the best movies of all time, period. Where they're looking for pirate treasure. Dark Shadows, based off the TV show back in the old times, where it's about this dude who turned into a vampire, ended up coming back from the grave, and looks for blood, to say the least. Gremlins 1 and 2. 1 of the best. It's technically a Christmas movie as well, but one of the best kind of kids horror movies of all time. Despise the second one. Even though it has a cool Hulk Hogan appearance. The Adventures of Robin Hood with Errol Flynn. Good movie. Then we're on our last thingamajig here. Then we'll do the other row another time. The last 2 rows. Well, actually 3 parts. But Looney Tunes, Center Stage Volume 2. Does not have the first volume, I don't know. You know I love the Looney Tunes movies. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. One of the best musicals of all time. a movie that does not give much respect to one of the Peter Pan reboots. It is good, where it basically goes before kind of how Peter Pan got there and before Hook and him are rivals, where Hugh Jackman plays Blackbeard and he's the villain, and then you have the guy that is the main character in Tron playing Hook. A 5-film musical collection with Singing in the Rain, The Music Man's, 7 Brides for 7 Brothers, Yankee Doodle Dandy, and Viva Las Vegas. Love all these movies. This one, I think, right here is way too long. The Music Man is. And Yankee Doodle Dandy is alright. Dennis the Menace, based off the TV show, I believe, and they decided to turn it into a movie. It's good. It's good. The Incredible Mr. Limpet, Don Knotts movie that's where he wished he could be a fish, and it ends up happening. Rock Dog, it's okay. Everybody seems to hate this movie because it wasn't true to the books, but I actually am a fan of Ender's Game. Yeah. Here it has Harrison Ford and all-studded cast, and it also has Haley Steinfeld, aka the Hawkeye. So stupid, but so hilarious. Furry Vengeance with Brendan Fraser. I think this is what kind of dethroned Brendan Fraser's career. I, Frankenstein, where Frankenstein's basically killing demons. It's alright, and Two-Face plays him. Norma the North, saw in theaters. It was okay. Not the best animated movie ever. Aquila and the Bee, about this girl that ends up joining the spelling bee, is really good at it. So yeah, and there's that. Almost done, people. A Wrinkle in Time, the original. This one is super good. I haven't seen the remake though yet. Still. The original Blob with Steve McQueen. Classic. What started the horror genre right here. The Pirates Who Don't Do Anything. VeggieTales movie that's pretty good, actually. Better than the TV shows. Episodes. The Sting, a heist movie. It's alright, and it has the music theme that's in the Great Movie Ride. Really good. If I had to choose, this would be my favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie, Rear Window. Where basically, what's his name, from James Stewart from A Wonderful Life sees a crime go down right in front of his eyes and is investigating it. Incredible Shrinking Woman. Okay. Abbott and Costello Monsters Collection, where they meet them. You got Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, aka meet Frankenstein, Wolfman, and Dracula. Abbott and Costello meet Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Abbott and Costello meet the Invisible Man and meet the Mummy. I love Abbott and Costello, but their best is definitely meet Frankenstein, Dracula, and Wolfman. Watch that movie every single Halloween. Then you got the Magic School Bus Collection when I was younger, when I used to watch all of these. Then we have this collection of movies that are not related whatsoever. You got my favorite Avengers series of all time, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I don't know why they stopped making it. They should have made more because I love this show. The Phantom. Everybody was right when they said this movie was bad. Playing with Fire. Everybody hated this movie, but I still enjoy it. And John Cena is hilarious. Then we got... Actually, I'll finish off the Monsters collection for today. So we got the Wolfman collection with... I'm not going to say all the movies, but it has a whole lot of movies. Frankenstein collection, Dracula collection, and... Hold up. Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Mummy, and Invisible Man. Whew. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. There will be a part 2 and a part 3, so be on the lookout for when I post those. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, ring the bell for all notifications, and also feel free to comment. And for somebody in the comments, I will like your post if you find out how many movies I have I have on the list here today. And I'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace.